So to say welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's get into the World Cup vibes now. 87 more days to go. 87. Who has been walking with us on this journey? What a story. At the 2018 FIFA World Cup, it will take place in Russia. It will be the 21st edition of the competition that puts the entire world on its feet. Everyone follows the World Cup. It brings countries together and everyone speaks one language. How are they 87 more days?
Well, we have just a little over 2 months to go for the World Cup, and we can't wait. The Super Eagles of Nigeria getting set. We know the friendly games, starting with the one on the 23rd of March against Poland and against Serbia 4 days later.
That's right.
Every other countries are getting set for the World Cup. You can feel the vibe.
I know.
The tension is quite palpable. And we can't wait for the World Cup to be hosted by Russia. How far Nigeria will go? Well, it's dependent on a number of factors, but I want to hope we'll go as far as possible.
That's the hope. You know, each time we do this countdown, you just feel like it's like 5 days just disappears from it. And then you think persons are already feeling the fever?
Absolutely. Also, every time they roll...
No, because I see you do this. And
when they roll that, you could almost feel the imaginary hairs on the back of your neck standing, because the other day we hear it was 90-something, and now it's 80-something, and all of a sudden, after the European weekend, the commentators were talking about, say, most of these players would be jetting out to their countries for the international week. And when you start to see people like Onaze and John Ugu tweet or post things on Instagram on jetting to the camp, it just begins to give you this feel that it's happening very soon. It's just a few months away from the World Cup, and it is getting very palpable, as Sky has rightfully put it. And it's getting exciting, and we hope that the players will just go into the camp and treat this friendly match very important.
That's right.
And at a club level, you could almost see that players don't really want to give so much so that you don't get injured at this point and get ruled out for 2 months or 3 months. Everyone is just wrapping themselves and keeping themselves in good shape for the World Cup. But for me, I'm looking forward to the friendly matches. I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing Nigeria play, and I hope that Gennett Rowe at this point would be able to perfect his team at this point.
Because I caught up with Coach Gennett Rowe, and he says, I want to use it to achieve team bonding. I want to use it to see other styles of approach. But he says that the Super Eagles will remain offensive, which I think is very important.
Well, I think it's evident from the list released a few days back. Core of the players that prosecuted the qualifying series are still being sustained, which is good for team bonding.
That's right.
Like Ngannou rightly mentioned. And if being on the offense is his priority, finding a way, don't forget the defense as well. And it means he has given priority to the center forwards, the guys from the flanks, and of course either from attacking midfield or defensive midfield roles. It means he has his work cut out. He knows what he's doing. And knowing that you have the likes of Argentina, Croatia, and Iceland as opponents to contend with in the group stage, you need to give offense priority. But then again, you don't forget your defense, because when you score, your opponent would also want to get one against you.
That's right. So that's what it is. Everyone, not just fans of football in Nigeria, Africa, people are rooting for teams that will be representing Africa at the World Cup. And former Super Eagles forward Daniel the Bull Amokachi, look, he says it's about time. Africa needs to make a statement in Russia. Let's listen to him.
I don't have any advice for the players or for the coaches. You know, they know what they need to do on the football field. You know, the most important thing is, do we have quality? Yes. Do we have a very good character going into the World Cup, qualification of the World Cup? Yes. So we just have to wait and hope and pray that our players are injury-free and they can replicate what they did throughout the qualification in the Mundial himself. We have 5 representatives, innit? You know, and how many games do we, how many rounds do we have to go? You know, I'm a proud Nigerian, I'm a proud African. And for the first time, I see, you know, the confidence and belief that I have in the country. I see 4 countries going to the next round, 3 going into the quarterfinals, 2 going to the semifinal, and 1 being into the final. And why not Nigeria in the final to win it? That's the way I say it, because I'm very, very optimistic about, you know, the possibility of our chances. Probably this will be our first World Cup ever coming to Africa.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong if you put prophet Daniel Amokachi to his name now. You know, Kayode, what persons are saying about this? Well, I spoke to Christian Karimbush. Look, there's quality in this country. They can do it. Philip Chiangwa, the president of Zimbabwe Football Association, said the same thing. Daniel Amokachi is saying 5 African teams. Do we have the quality? He says yes. Did we do well qualifying for this? He says yes. So the problem is, let's just pray that they are injury-free. I think a lot of persons think something can happen at this World Cup.
It's not impossible if you've done it at the age grade level. We've seen African countries gotten to the final of the under-17 and under-20, and they've won it. Ghana did it in 2009. Nigeria back-to-back in 2013 and 2015 for the under-17 World Cup. And same Ghana, we are almost at the semi-finals of the World Cup in 2010. Woo. It's not impossible. Now you have 5 African countries: Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Senegal, and Nigeria.
They're on fire.
And
they're on fire.
It's 11 against 11. Do your homework. You have your work cut out, and just take it one game at a time. When we find maybe about 2 or 3 African countries in quarterfinals, then we can say, yes, it's achievable. But let's see how we do at the group stage of the African countries we are representing the continent.
That's right. But when you're listening to Daniel Amokachi, he's beaming with confidence. Where do you think he's getting it from?
Too much confidence. Clearly from the way we've done things like that is quite alien to the way we usually do things, because there's been a great organization by the Football Federation. That synergy between the Football Federation, the players, even the journalists are getting involved. It's quite exciting to see that we're doing things. And all of a sudden, you just have that bit of a shot in the arm where you begin to think that the Super Eagles can go to the World Cup and achieve something. And I personally think that when you say quality, I think we've got quality. Have we got quality in terms of Germany or at the same level of Germany or France? We do not. But at the World Cup tournaments, we're talking 7 games. It has to do with spirit. It has to do with commitment. It has to do with the mentality. What are the players going to this tournament to achieve? The players are going to this tournament to think, we've always stopped at the second round. We can go as far as Ghana or Senegal in the past, or even more than that. So the mentality is very key. Have we got the mentality to go to the World Cup and really throw the cat among the pigeons? I certainly do think so, because when you see the spirit with this Super Eagles side, I just have a feeling. I was here a couple of weeks back and I said an African team will get to the semi-final. I'm not changing that prediction, because I still feel that somehow there's something about the African teams this time around where there's a lot more momentum, and Salah is scoring lots of goals, and Sadio Mane is in stupendous form. And I saw Salah on Saturday, and I'm wondering if Egypt are playing in the same group with England, and I was just imagining how the English fans will be looking at him and saying, what is he going to do to our defenders? And I think there's enough confidence with the African teams. We just need to go to the World Cup and apply ourselves very well.
That's right.
And hope that the players carry a good mentality.
That's right. And so the Super Eagles are getting ready for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. They have 2 friendly matches that they must play, Poland and Serbia. And updates for you is that the camp has opened today in Poland. Some players have already hit the camp. Trustekong is in camp. Alex Iwobi, Ola Aino, Tyrone Ebuehi, Brian Idowu, and Leon Balogun were the early Eagles. I'm sure Ogenyo Nazi should be there now. So as you said, and Kayode also, the mentality is different. They're approaching this one from another perspective. And administration is also core. So the NFF, they're looking at it like, we go to the World Cup and we're asking for, players are asking for monies, and what we're getting to the international press isn't good. And they're trying to make sure that all of that doesn't happen with this World Cup. Sports Tonight on Channels Television, we'll continue to monitor the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but let's keep that conversation going. Daniel the Bull Amokachi believes an African team can win the World Cup. We've just opened a thread on our social media platforms. Do you agree with him? You think Daniel the Bull Amokachi can just, I said put prophet in front of his name so that I can respect that prophecy. You think Nigeria can do it, or Egypt, or Senegal? Talk to us on Twitter, Channels _sports, Facebook, Channels IFA Sports. Let's talk about the CAF Champions League. Now, over the weekend, that got a lot of persons talking, and then MFM started it when they went to Algiers, but it didn't just happen for them. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the CAF Champions League, so don't go anywhere. Stay.